Welcome back, everybody. The next service that we're talking about today is the Relational Database Service, or RDS. This is Amazon's fully managed relational database. It doesn't take long before a non-trivial application starts to require some data, and relational databases are the de facto standard. AWS's RDS is quite nice. It's fully managed. What does that mean? It means that they worry about the OS installation and patches, the software install and patches, backups, including across availability zones. So if you lose an instance of a database, well, there's a good chance that they've already backed it up. Some database engines, such as Postgres, they provide read replicas. So if you're going to have very heavy reads on your data, you can actually create a read replica, which makes it pretty much lightning fast and lessens your cost and makes your data highly available. And of course, as with all things, scaling. So you don't even have to think twice about, well, what happens if my users increase exponentially and my data increases exponentially? Well, the RDS will scale up exponentially as well. And of course, going down to the metal, you have the server maintenance and the power and everything like that. And it's really set up very similar to EC2. You pick the type of database resources that you want, including storage, latency, and that's going to differ based on what you need, right? It's going to differ based on how much you read and write. Your throughput, all that stuff. And of course, where your requests are coming from, what VPC you want it to be on, availability zones, etc. So I just mentioned that it's similarly setting up an EC2. In the same way, you have CPU, you have memory considerations, you have network latency considerations. That's for the class of the database. And then you also have the storage, whether you want it to be SSD or magnetic, or even if you don't even want to think about that, but you have a very specific throughput, input output in mind, then you can actually provision it that way, and they will set that up for you. All the standard database engines include, some that are particular to Amazon, but some that are open source, and so there you have it for the RDS.